Hey guys, tonight we're going to take a slow walk through Victorian London. Step by step, we'll move gently through foggy streets, past glowing windows and into the quiet rhythm of the city at rest. Nothing urgent waits here. Only stillness, only calm. The air is damp, the lamps are dim, and you can almost feel the coal, smoke mixing with the rain. It touches your cheeks, clings lightly to your coat, and softens the edges of the night. Every detail here is steady, predictable, and ready to hold you in comfort. For the next while, we'll begin outside in the fog, then pause by familiar doors, and finally move closer to the warm windows that glow against the dark. A slow path from street to doorway to light. So before we begin, take a moment, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and write in the comments what time it is where you are and from where in the world you're joining tonight's walk. And as you settle into this rhythm, you'll notice how the night stretches ahead, filled with quiet scenes waiting to unfold. Breathe in slowly now. The air is cool, carrying the faint scent of rain. Breathe out, long and gentle, letting your shoulders soften. Each breath draws you deeper into the calm of this night. Nothing asks for effort. Nothing asks for thought. You are simply here, walking with me. Your steps fall evenly on the cobblestones. The stones are damp, their shine faint under gaslight. Each sound is soft, steady, like a small echo that belongs only to you. Inhale, exhale, step by step. You follow the same rhythm. Above you, lamps glow with a soft hiss. The light spreads in circles, never too bright, always leaving room for shadow. In Victorian nights, lamplighters walk these same paths, touching each post with a flame. Tonight, they've already passed. The lamps burn quietly, keeping you company. The air feels thicker here, the fog wrapping around you like a blanket. It softens edges, blurs distance, and makes the world smaller. You can hear a faint drip from a roof, water falling at an even pace. The sound joins your breath, one more layer of calm. A horse's hoof strikes in the distance, then fades. A cartwheel rattles once, then disappears, and then there is only silence again, the kind that doesn't press, but welcomes. You walk slower now, your body easing into this pace. This is the rhythm of the night, fog, light, breath, and step. And as you follow it, the city opens slowly, guiding you toward its quiet heart. You step outside into the night, and the first thing you notice is the mist. It clings lightly to your eyelashes, damp and cool, softening every blink. The fog does not hurry, it lingers low, curling along the cobblestones. In Victorian London, this damp haze was not rare. It was nightly, steady, a mixture of rain and smoke that wrapped the city like a blanket. Tonight, it greets you calmly, as if you have always belonged here. The air is cool on your cheeks. Each breath feels denser, carrying the faint taste of soot. Coal fires burn in almost every house, their smoke drifting into the fog. For the Victorians, this was the smell of evening. Familiar, unavoidable. To you, it feels grounding. You let the air move slowly into your lungs, then release it with the same quiet pace. A faint glow pushes through the haze. Gas lamps line the street, though their halos are blurred, small circles of gold in the grey. Their light does not push the fog away. Instead, it rests within it, soft, diffused, patient. Each lamp feels like a marker in the night, steady and welcoming. You walk toward one, letting its glow settle on your face. The cobblestones beneath your feet are slick. Your steps press against them with a soft echo, the sound bouncing gently between the rows of houses. In the damp, the stones shine faintly, catching what little light they can. They are uneven but familiar, worn by centuries of passing wheels and feet. Tonight, you move carefully but slowly, letting their rhythm guide you. You place a hand against the wall of a house as you pass. The brick feels rough, cool, dotted with beads of moisture. The wall has held this street for decades, steady and unmoving. Its texture grounds you in the present, while the mist around you softens everything else. You leave your hand there for a moment longer, then move on. Somewhere in the distance, a horse's hoof strikes the stone, sharp once, then fading quickly into the fog. For a moment, you picture the cart it pulls, the driver guiding it through the blur. But here, on this street, you are alone again. The sound passes. The silence returns, calm and even. Drops fall from the edge of a roof, one after another. The water strikes the stone with a steady rhythm, not rushed, not harsh, just a pattern to fill the air. Victorians lived with this sound nightly, rain slipping from tiles, damp gathering in gutters. You pause to listen, letting each drop feel like a heartbeat outside your own. Your breath leaves small clouds in front of you. Inhale, and the mist gathers. Exhale, and it drifts away, folding back into the larger fog. You notice how even your own body joins this rhythm of the street, part of its quiet design. Every breath feels connected to the city itself. Ahead, the street narrows slightly, the houses leaning closer. The fog catches between them, thicker, heavier, making the world smaller still. A lamp burns dimly within this narrow space, its halo pressed close. You walk into it, your steps slowed, your body held by the closeness of the street. The smell of damp fabric drifts from an open window. Perhaps laundry was hung too late in the day, or cloth left near the fire, unable to dry fully. In Victorian nights, such scents mixed freely with the air. Damp cloth, coal smoke, faint soap. You breathe it in softly, letting it layer with the rest. The light of another lamp wavers faintly in the fog. For a moment, you cannot tell if it's real or a trick of your eyes. But as you walk closer, the flame steadies, enclosed in its glass. Its glow is quiet, constant. You let it guide you forward, another step, deeper into the night. The fog thickens once more, brushing against your coat, resting again on your lashes. The world feels smaller, closer, more contained. And yet, it is not pressing. It is gentle, wrapping you in its weight. Soon, you will come to a doorway, a brass knocker, waiting in the mist. But for now, you remain here, breathing in the fog, walking within its calm. The fog parts faintly around a lamppost ahead. Its iron frame rises tall, slick with condensation, dark against the pale haze. At its crown, the gaslight burns with a soft hiss, a flame contained in glass. The light is not bright, only steady. It spreads in a circle, dim edges melting into fog. You walk closer, letting the glow rest on your shoulders. Your hand touches the post, cool and wet beneath your fingers. The surface is rough in places, polished in others where many hands have leaned before. Lamplighters came each evening with long poles tipped in fire, touching each glass to coax life into the flame. You pause here, imagining their steady work in the fading dusk. The flame flickers slightly, bending with the damp air. Shadows shift across the street, not sharply, but gently, like fabric being folded and unfolded. In Victorian London, light was never overwhelming. It left plenty of room for shadow, plenty of space for rest. You stand quietly, letting the darkness balance the glow. You take a step back, watching the halo widen. The fog catches the light, turning it soft, golden, almost liquid. Around the lamp, the air feels thicker, warmer, as if the flame has changed the night itself. You breathe slower, held steady by its circle. A moth drifts near the glass, circling faintly in the dim. Its wings beat softly, visible only when they pass the flame. In homes of this era, lamps drew insects every night, small lives captured by light. Tonight, you simply watch the faint pattern of flight, another rhythm in the calm. The hiss of the flame becomes clearer the longer you stand near. It is not loud, but constant, like breath itself. The city's night is full of such small sounds, hissing lamps, dripping roofs, the shuffle of cloth. You let the sound fill the quiet, steady as your own inhale and exhale. A second lamp glows further down the street. Its halo overlaps faintly with the first golden circles crossing in the fog. You walk toward it slowly, feeling the space between them close with each step. The lamps form a path, guiding you gently into the night. The houses beside you are dim, shutters drawn, windows dark. Only the lamps remain alive, their flames marking the rhythm of the street. Victorians relied on them for safety, for direction. Tonight, they are companions for your walk, steady markers in the mist. The stone beneath your feet gleams in their light, wet and uneven. Each step feels guided, each one wrapped in glow. You pause, noticing how your shadow stretches and bends with the flame, soft and blurred on the cobblestones. Even your movement becomes part of the circle. The lamp above hums faintly, metal warmed by flame. You imagine the smell of gas, faint but sharp, drifting with the fog. In these nights, it was always present, unnoticed by those who lived with it. Tonight, it feels like another note in the air, completing the quiet. As you pass beneath, the glow touches your face once more, then fades behind you. Another circle waits ahead, another flame burning in the mist. Each lamp leads you further, step by step, deeper into the calm. And soon, the sound of dripping water will return, guiding you beyond the lamps and closer to the houses themselves. But for now, you remain in their glow, steady and unhurried. The street grows quieter as you move forward. Your steps press against the cobblestones, damp and uneven beneath your shoes. Water glistens across their surfaces, turning each stone into a small mirror. The sound is soft. Tap, tap, steady, predictable. Victorians walked these same stones nightly, their weight shaping them through centuries. A faint drip falls from a roof. Then another. The rhythm is even, not hurried, not loud. Rain lingers long after clouds pass, slipping slowly from tiles into the night. You pause to listen, each drop like a quiet note played just for you. The walls on either side of the street lean close, bricks slick with moisture. Your hand brushes one, the texture rough against your palm. It grounds you, steady and solid, while the fog shifts all around. Ahead, puddles collect between the stones. Each one ripples when a drop falls, circles spreading gently. The lamplight above reflects in them, golden shapes moving across the water. You step carefully, but not urgently, watching the ripples fade. Your shadow bends and twists across the uneven street. The flame from the lamp makes it longer, softer, blurred at the edges. It feels less like your own shadow and more like part of the night itself. You pause by a gutter, water sliding down in thin streams. The smell of damp earth drifts up, mixed with coal smoke. Victorians lived with this constant dampness. Clothes, walls, streets all touched by it. Tonight, it feels familiar, almost comforting. Your breath makes clouds in the air again, curling above the stones before vanishing. Inhale, exhale. The rhythm joins the drip, the echo of steps, the hiss of the lamp. Together, they weave the night into something steady. A cartwheel has left deep grooves between the stones. You trace them with your eyes, marks of countless nights before this one. Each line tells of weight, of passage, of time layered onto the street. You step into one groove, feeling its depth under your foot. The air grows cooler as the fog thickens. It softens the outlines of the stones, blurring the edges of the world. You walk slower now, letting the night hold you gently. Another drip falls, then another, echoing off the gutter. The sound repeats, filling the space like a lullaby. You stay still, listening, until silence folds around it again. The stones stretch onward, each one damp, each one shining faintly. They lead you naturally toward the houses, where doors wait in shadow. Soon, brass knockers will gleam faintly in the mist. For now, you walk the cobblestones, breathing with them, stepping with them, part of the rhythm they've held for centuries. You approach the first doorway. The house rises tall, its brick darkened by damp, its windows shuttered. At the center stands a heavy door, polished wood with brass fittings. Even in the fog, the metal gleams faintly, catching what little light there is. Your hand touches the knocker. It is cool, smooth in places, worn by countless knocks before yours. Families once announced themselves here with a single strike, the sound echoing through the hall within. Tonight, you only feel its weight, steady in your palm. The frame of the door is thick, the paint soft from years of rain. Layers overlap, new coats laid upon old ones, each telling of seasons past. Your fingers trace the ridges, each line a memory, each crack a quiet story. At the base of the doorway rests a coarse mat. You press your shoe lightly against it. Fibers scratch, rough but grounding. These mats brushed away mud, soot and damp, tokens of the street left outside. Tonight it holds only the mist of your steps. A faint glow seeps through the crack beneath the door. Golden light spreads across the stones, blurred by the fog. It feels like a promise of warmth within, though the door remains closed. You breathe in slowly, standing in its quiet glow. The smell of coal smoke drifts faintly from inside, touched by bread or tea. These homes carried their scents outward, sharing their evenings with the street. You pause, letting the warmth of the smell settle softly into you. The doorknob rests near your hand. Round, smooth, faintly damp from the air. You hold it gently, but do not turn it. In these houses, the knob marked the line between public and private. Tonight, you linger at the edge, balanced between worlds. Above you, the lintel carries faint carvings, worn nearly smooth. Many houses bore such details, initials, dates, symbols of craft. You look at them quietly, their shapes softened by time, barely visible in the mist. The steps beneath your feet creak faintly as you shift your weight. Stone and wood together hold your place, steady and sure. The doorway feels alive with quiet history, though no one stirs within. A lantern rests beside the door, its glass dimmed by fog. Its flame glows small, but steady, marking this threshold. You let your eyes rest on it, golden against the dark brick. You step back slightly, seeing the doorway framed by fog, brass, and shadow. It stands not as an entrance to rush through, but as a marker of presence, a still point in the night. Soon, you will cross such a threshold, moving inside where warmth and fire wait. But for now, you remain outside, walking among doors, each one a quiet companion in the mist. The door before you stands still, its surface dark, its brass faintly glowing. You place your hand on the knob once more. The cool metal holds steady beneath your palm. You turn it gently, the latch giving way with a soft click. The sound feels natural, expected, as if the night itself wanted you to step inside. The door eases open, a wash of warmer air moves towards you, faint but certain. It carries the smell of coal smoke, touched by tea leaves and bread. The difference is soft, yet it folds around you, drawing you forward. You pause at the threshold. Behind you, the fog still lingers, thick and damp. Ahead, the hallway glows faintly, golden and narrow. For a moment, you stand between two worlds. The cool, open street and the warm, enclosed home. Your foot steps inside. The floor beneath is wood, polished by use, smooth beneath your shoe. It creaks faintly, as if recognizing your arrival. In these homes, every step spoke, every board carried memory. Tonight, it holds your weight gently. The door closes behind you with a quiet thud. The sound is deep, steady, final. The world of mist and lamp remains outside. Inside, the air is warmer, thicker, carrying the layers of lived life. A staircase rises before you, but for now, you linger in the hall. The walls are narrow, patterned with faded wallpaper. Its design repeats in muted flowers, steady lines climbing upward. Shadows move softly across them, cast by the glow of a lamp nearby. The smell of wood polish drifts through the air. Banisters, doors, and frames were often oiled to guard against damp. Tonight, the faint scent grounds you, joining the coal smoke and bread into a calm blend. Your hand brushes a wooden rail along the wall. The surface is cool, faintly oily, polished smooth by generations of touch. It feels steady, unshifting, an anchor in this narrow space. Boots rest neatly by the door, still damp from the street. Their leather is cracked, their soles worn. You glance at them for a moment, imagining their owner already settled deeper inside. A faint ticking joins the room. A clock rests on a small table, its hands moving slowly, its beat predictable. The sound is low, soft, like breath itself. You pause, listening, and your own breath falls into rhythm with it. The glow from a distant room flickers across the hall, faint and golden. You know warmth waits there, but not yet. The hall holds you still, letting you breathe, letting you adjust to this new quiet. Soon you will move further inward toward the stairs, where shadow and creak will guide you upward. But for now, you remain in the hall, calm and steady, the door closed behind you. The staircase rises ahead, narrow and tall. Its railing curves upward, polished dark, gleaming faintly in the lamplight. Each step carries the faint sheen of years, smoothed by countless feet. You place your hand on the rail, steady and cool beneath your palm. Your first step creaks softly. The sound is not harsh, only gentle, a note in the song of the house. Victorians lived with these small voices of wood, each step a reminder of presence, each creak a familiar sound. Tonight, it welcomes you upward. The walls beside you rise close, papered in repeating flowers. The design blurs in the dim light, patterns turning to shadow. You let your eyes rest on them, not searching, only watching, as the shapes repeat softly, evenly. Your hand slides along the railing as you climb. The wood is smooth, oiled, shaped by many years of touch. It holds you steady, guiding you without effort. Halfway up, you pause. A picture hangs along the wall, a soft portrait, dim in the glow. The face is calm, its frame plain, its presence quiet. Victorians often lined their stairs with such memories. You look briefly, then continue, carrying the stillness with you. Heat drifts upward from the fire below. You feel it on your face, your hands, your breath. It softens the cool of the hall, wrapping your body in steady warmth. In these homes, heat rose through the boards, warming bedrooms gently through the night. Each step adds another soft groan of wood. Together, they create a rhythm. Creak, pause, creak. You climb in time with your breath. Inhale for one step, exhale for the next. The air grows quieter as you rise. Street sounds fade. The fog feels further away. The house begins to enclose you fully. You walk slower, letting the calm gather around you. At the top landing, the floor softens beneath your feet. A carpet runs across it, fibers worn but gentle. Each step is muffled now, absorbed into fabric. The silence deepens. Doors line the hall above, each one closed. Faint light spills from beneath one, golden against the carpet. The others rest in shadow, steady and still. The railing ends at your side, polished smooth where countless hands released it. You pause, feeling the change, the climb behind you, the hall ahead. The air is warmer here, softer, more private. Soon you will enter a room, a place of firelight and chairs. But for now, you remain in the shadowed hall, letting the staircase fade behind you. You step into the sitting room, and the first thing you notice is the fire. It glows deep in the hearth, flickering softly, painting the walls in warm orange. The stone around it is dark, worn smooth by years of heat. Tonight, it feels like the center of the room, steady and alive. The air is warmer here, carrying the layered scent of coal, faint ash, and polished wood. You breathe slowly, letting the smell settle. For Victorians, fire was not only heat, it was rhythm, marking evenings with comfort. You pause, letting its warmth reach you. A rug spreads across the floor, thick and woven in muted colors. You press your foot into it, feeling the softness after the hard steps of stone and wood. Rugs like these kept the damp away, but they also grounded the room in quiet texture. Beside the fire, chairs wait, upholstered in heavy fabric. You touch one lightly, the surface coarse yet softened by years of use. Families gathered here nightly, resting together, their voices low. Tonight, the chair welcomes only you. On the mantel, small objects sit, a porcelain figure, a framed sketch, a candlestick. Each one has been placed with care, tokens of life arranged to catch the firelight. You brush the edge of the mantel, the stone cool beneath your fingers. A book rests open on a nearby table. Its pages are curled faintly from the damp. Reading by firelight was a nightly habit, even when shadows flickered across the words. You imagine the sound of pages turning, one after another, until silence returned. The clock on the mantel ticks slowly. Its sound is low, deep, steady, a heartbeat for the room. You breathe in time with it, each inhale and exhale joining its rhythm. The wallpaper climbs the walls in soft, repeating patterns. Flowers stretch upward, catching the glow in quiet designs. Shadows slide across them gently, like waves moving across fabric. You let your eyes follow until they blur. A cup rests by the chair, porcelain faintly stained from tea. Its steam has long faded, but the faint scent lingers in the air. Tea in these rooms was ritual, a pause before the night deepened. You imagine lifting the cup, the warmth spreading through your hands. The fire pops once, a small coal shifting. The sound is gentle, a note of life in the stillness. It feels like the room itself sighing, then returning to silence. The glow of the fire holds you longer, its light steady against your skin. Around you, every detail seems to soften, pulled into its rhythm. And yet, beyond this room, another warmth waits. The kitchen, where bread, copper, and stone carry their own quiet glow. Soon, you'll step there. For now, you rest in the sitting room's embrace. You move from the sitting room into the kitchen. The air shifts again, cooler at first, then thicker with scent. Bread, faint smoke, and soap mingle together, filling the room. This is not just warmth from fire, it is warmth from use. The floor is stone, firm beneath your feet. Each step echoes gently, steady but not sharp. The sound feels natural here, part of the rhythm of the room. You pause, listening to your own weight on the stone. At the center stands a large wooden table. Its surface is marked with cuts and stains, reminders of countless meals. You brush your hand across it, the wood rough in places, smooth in others. It feels strong, unshifting, grounding you. Above, copper pots hang in a neat line. Their surfaces glimmer faintly in the lamplight, polished in some spots, dulled in others. Each one has seen years of use, carrying the memory of meals cooked over steady fire. A loaf of bread rests on a board. Its crust is hard, faintly cracked, its smell warm and sweet. In Victorian nights, bread was a constant, baked, shared, eaten slowly through long evenings. You lean close, breathing in the familiar scent. The stove glows faintly, its iron door warm to the touch. Coal burns within, steady and red. You place your hand against it, feeling the faint heat spread into your palm. Fires in kitchens were tended constantly, their rhythm part of daily life. Shelves line the wall, jars stacked neatly along them. Herbs, grains, and tea leaves fill the glass, each one glowing softly under the lamplight. They feel like quiet guardians of the night, tokens of preparation and care. A kettle rests nearby, darkened by years of flame. Though no steam rises now, you imagine the soft whistle that once filled the room. Victorians boiled water often, both for safety and for calm. You linger in that imagined sound. The smell of soap drifts from a basin. Linen cloths hang nearby, damp from use. Washing was nightly work, slow and steady, water moving against fabric. You picture hands moving in rhythm, scrubbing, rinsing, then folding into stillness. A small window at the corner shows the fog outside, glass damp with condensation. The glow of a distant lamp seeps through, blurred and soft. Inside, the warmth contrasts, steady and golden. A chair rests by the table, wood worn smooth at the seat. You lower yourself into it, feeling your body ease. Kitchens were spaces of labor, but also of pause. Tonight, it feels like pause, holding you in its weight. And just beyond, another room waits, the dining space, where silver, painting, and faint firelight carry the rhythm further. For now, you linger here, the kitchen wrapping you in its warmth. You step gently from the kitchen into the dining room. The air feels different here, less warm, touched by faint drafts from tall windows. A long table stretches before you, polished wood shining softly in the lamplight. Chairs line each side, quiet and waiting. Your hand slides along the table's edge. The surface is smooth, but faint scratches run across it, signs of years of meals. Families leaned here, resting their arms between bites, speaking in low voices. You pause, your fingertips tracing the gentle marks. Above, a lamp glows with steady light. Its glass shade softens the flame, spreading warmth evenly across the room. Shadows fall gently to the corners, leaving a calm rhythm of glow and dark. On the table, plates rest in neat order. Their porcelain edges are faintly chipped, but still gleam in the light. They carry the memory of countless dinners. Bread, meat, vegetables, shared slowly, quietly. Silverware lies beside the plates, handles engraved with small patterns. Their surfaces reflect the lamplight faintly. In Victorian homes, polished silver was not only for eating, but for care, a sign of rhythm and order. The chairs creak softly as you brush them. Upholstered seats cushion the touch, though their frames are solid wood. They feel sturdy, grounded, ready to hold the weight of time. A small fire glows in the hearth at the far end of the room. Its flame is smaller than in the sitting room, but steady. You feel its faint warmth, reaching slowly across the floorboards. On the sideboard rests a teapot, cups stacked neatly beside it. Steam no longer rises, but the faint smell of leaves remains. Tea after meals was a ritual here, a soft pause before the night deepened. A painting hangs on the wall above the mantel. Its colors are muted, its subject a quiet landscape. In homes of this time, such paintings softened the nights, bringing gentle stillness indoors. The tall windows show condensation along the glass. Outside, fog wraps the lamps in pale halos. Inside, the reflection of the room glows back faintly, as if doubling its warmth. Your steps echo slightly on the floor. Wooden boards carrying the sound upward, but even the echo is soft, blending with the stillness of the room. And ahead, the staircase waits once more, rising into the upper hall. Soon you will follow it, leaving the dining room behind, climbing toward the quieter rooms above. You step back into the hall and place your hand once more on the rail. The wood is cool, polished by years of touch. The staircase rises steadily, drawing you upward. Each step creaks beneath your weight, but not harshly. The sound feels like breath, each note expected, predictable. Inhale, exhale, creak, silence. The wallpaper climbs beside you, repeating soft patterns of leaves and flowers. The design blurs under the dim glow, more texture than detail. You let your eyes rest on it without searching. A picture hangs along the wall, a faded sketch of a family scene. Its frame is plain, but its presence steady. In Victorian homes, such images accompanied every climb, reminders of continuity. You pause briefly, hand on the railing. The air here is warmer than below, the heat of the house rising gently. It brushes against your face, your shoulders, easing you further into calm. Your steps reach the landing. A soft carpet covers the boards, muffling sound. Each step sinks gently, quieter, slower, as if inviting you deeper into silence. Doors line the hall, their frames dark, their surfaces closed. Some are plain, some carry faint carvings. Each one stands steady, guarding the rooms beyond. A single lamp glows at the far end of the hall. Its light spreads faintly, leaving long shadows to stretch along the walls. The effect is not eerie, but comforting, steady in its rhythm. The air is hushed here. Street sounds no longer reach you. Only the faint tick of a clock, distant and steady, fills the hall. One door stands slightly ajar. A faint glow slips through the crack, golden against the carpet. It feels like an invitation, quiet and patient. You rest your hand on the knob, its metal cool against your skin. The sound of the latch is soft, a whisper rather than a click. And beyond the door, a bedroom waits. Its glow is dim, its air warmer, its space ready to hold the next part of the night. You step into the bedroom. The first thing you notice is the air, warmer, touched by faint perfume and coal smoke. Shadows rest softly on the walls, flickering with lamplight. The room feels enclosed, private, holding the weight of quiet rest. The bed stands tall, its frame carved from dark wood. Posts rise at each corner, draped with fabric that hangs in folds. Curtains close partway, forming a soft barrier against drafts. You move closer, the fabric swaying faintly as you pass. Your hand brushes the curtain. The cloth is thick, woven to keep warmth within. It feels heavy at first, then softer under your touch. Victorians often used such fabrics to turn beds into cocoons of safety. The blanket folded at the foot of the bed is wool, faintly rough. You lift its edge gently, feeling its weight. Beds here were layered. Sheet, quilt, coverlet, each one adding warmth, each one holding sleep more firmly. A pillow rests wide at the head of the bed. Its linen is smooth and cool, carrying the faint scent of soap. You imagine lowering your head there, the fabric easing against your cheek. The curtains sway faintly again, catching the lamplight in their folds. Shadows shift slowly, moving like water across the fabric. The effect is calming, hypnotic, a rhythm of light and dark. Beside the bed stands a small table. A lamp glows faintly atop it, the flame steady in its glass. Shadows fall long across the floor, stretching toward the bed, then fading. A book rests on the table, its cover plain, its pages slightly curled from damp air. Reading by lamplight was a nightly ritual, words softened by flicker and shadow. You picture one page turning, then another, until silence returns. Your hand brushes the bedpost, wood polished smooth by years of use. It feels solid, unshifting, an anchor for the curtains and fabric. You pause there, grounded by its touch. The carpet beneath your feet is softer than the hall. Each step sinks lightly, muffled, absorbed. It holds the room in silence, completing its enclosure. The fire from below reaches faintly through the boards. A hum, steady and low, rises into the room. It does not warm fully, but it lingers like a memory of heat. Soon you will lie within the curtains, beneath the blankets, wrapped in layers of fabric and calm. But for now, you stand beside the bed, letting it wait for you in silence. The room is filled with small details, each one holding stillness. A wardrobe stands in the corner, its wood dark and heavy. You place your hand against it, the surface cool beneath your palm. Inside, clothes rest in layers, waiting quietly. You open the door slowly. Hinges creak faintly, not harsh, only predictable. Wool and cotton hang inside, their faint scent of coal smoke and linen drifting outward. Fabrics here carried memory, keeping the day within their fibers. Tonight, they hold only quiet. Your fingers brush a coat sleeve. The fabric is coarse, heavy, shaped by damp air. You pause a moment, then let it fall back, swaying gently. The wardrobe sighs as you close it. Beside it, a small dressing table rests. Its surface holds a comb, a brush, and a mirror dim in the lamplight. You run a fingertip along the brush's wooden handle, polished smooth by use. The mirror reflects faint light, its glass hazed by dust. The reflection is soft, not sharp, as if even light rests differently here. Victorians placed mirrors to catch glow, spreading warmth further across the room. A folded shawl lies at the table's edge. You lift it gently, feeling the fabric cool, then warmer as it rests against your hand. Such shawls were draped around shoulders to guard against drafts. Tonight, it feels like a quiet comfort waiting to be used. By the window, a chair stands with a blanket folded over its back. You touch the wool, rough but steady. Blankets were constant companions in these homes, carried from chair to bed, from room to room. The curtains by the window hang heavy, their folds deep. They block the fog outside, holding only the glow of the lamp within. You brush them lightly, the fabric cool against your fingers. On the floor rests a small rug. Its weave is thick, muted in color, softening the step before the bed. You press your foot against it, feeling its contrast with the harder carpet beneath. The air carries faint perfume, perhaps from soap or oil. stored nearby. It lingers lightly, mixing with coal smoke. Such scents-filled nights, subtle and constant. Each object rests quietly, placed with intention. Wardrobe, table, shawl, blanket, mirror, all of them holding the calm of the night. Soon, you will turn toward the bed once more. But for now, you linger among the objects, noticing how they too have learned to rest. You stand by the small table beside the bed. A porcelain basin rests there, filled earlier with water. Its surface now is still, faintly cool. Victorians ended many nights here, washing quietly before sleep. You run a hand along the rim, the porcelain smooth beneath your touch. Beside the basin lies a folded cloth. Its fabric is rougher than modern linen, but softened by use. You lift it lightly, feeling its weight, its faint scent of soap. For a moment, you imagine dipping it into the cool water, the rhythm of washing slow and calm. A brush rests nearby, polished wood fitted with neat bristles. Hair was smoothed nightly, strokes steady and unhurried. You imagine that rhythm now. One pass, then another, until silence deepened around the task. The lamp flickers beside you. You lower the wick, dimming its glow. Shadows grow longer across the walls, folding the room into calm. Victorians rarely extinguished lamps fully. They left a faint glow, enough to keep the night gentle. Your shoes wait near the chair. You slip them off, leaving them neatly side by side, leather cool against the air, their weight gone from your feet. The carpet beneath feels softer now, your steps lighter, slower. A shawl draped nearby folds easily over your shoulders. Its fabric is cool at first, then warmer as it settles, such layers guarded against drafts, wrapping bodies in simple comfort. Tonight, it feels like an embrace. The curtains at the window are drawn. Outside, the fog thickens, glowing faintly with blurred lamplight. Inside, the room is closed, sealed, softened into privacy. The sounds of the house fall quiet. Floors no longer creak, doors no longer shift. Only the faint tick of a distant clock remains, steady, blending with your breath. You touch the edge of the blanket waiting on the bed. Its wool feels firm, textured beneath your palm. Soon it will cover you fully, but for now you only hold it gently. The lamp glows lower still. Shadows blur into each other, details softening, edges dissolving. The room becomes less a place of objects, more a space of quiet air. Your breath deepens naturally, the rhythm slower, steadier. The rituals have done their work. The body is prepared, the mind at ease, and the bed waits for you now, beneath its layers, beneath its weight, steady and unbroken. You sit at the edge of the bed once more. The mattress shifts faintly beneath you, firm yet forgiving. Your hands rest on the blanket, folded above your lap. It is heavy, but not burdening. It promises warmth, not demand. You lift the first layer, a sheet of linen, cool against your fingers. It rustles softly, a sound almost like a sigh. Linen carried freshness into rooms like this, aired often against damp. Tonight, it greets you with calm. Above it lies a quilt. Its fabric is thicker, patterned faintly, stitched by hand long ago. You run your palm across it, tracing the seams. Quilts like these held stories, each piece cut from older cloth, layered into new warmth. Then comes the coverlet. Wool, coarse yet steady. Its weight is the heaviest of all, pressing down gently as it rests. Victorians valued this heaviness, a barrier against cold drafts slipping through cracks in the house. You draw the layers up slowly, linen first, then quilt, then wool. Each one adds to the enclosure, each one settling your body more deeply. The combined weight holds you, steadying your breath. The curtains of the bed fall around you, deepening the sense of enclosure. Their folds trap warmth, soften sound, and darken light. Inside, it feels as though the world has grown smaller, more intimate. The pillow beneath your head cools your cheek at first, then warms quickly. Its linen carries faint scent. Soap, coal, fabric. You nestle into it, letting your body sink. The blanket rests firmly across your chest. Its heaviness is not stifling. It is grounding. Each inhale lifts it slightly. Each exhale lowers it again. The rhythm becomes part of your breath. Shadows flicker faintly across the curtain folds. The lamp's glow seeps in, golden but soft, not sharp enough to disturb. It feels like a last tether to the world beyond the bed. The tick of the clock still reaches you faintly, but it is slower now, more distant. Its rhythm merges with the heaviness of fabric, both steady, both secure. You close your eyes briefly, then open them again, testing the comfort of the weight. The blankets answer only by holding you closer. And soon, that weight will carry you deeper into full stillness, into sleep itself. The sound of a clock reaches you from the hallway. Tick, tock. Each beat is even, slow, unchanging. You breathe with it, your chest rising and falling in time. Inhale, tick. Exhale, tock. On the mantel nearby, another clock joins the rhythm. Its tone is deeper, each sound carrying more weight. Together, the two create a layered pattern, like overlapping heartbeats. Victorian homes often had clocks in every room. They were not just for time, but for presence, steady companions in silence. Tonight, they keep you company, marking the stillness of the hour. The hands move slowly, almost imperceptibly. You imagine them shifting, minute to minute, yet the change feels unhurried, endless. The wood of the clock's frame shines in the lamplight, polished smooth by care. Families dusted and oiled these objects with pride, tending them as they tended the rhythm of their days. A soft chime strikes once, the note low, then fading quickly. It does not disturb the calm. Instead, it deepens it, adding to the texture of the night. You turn your head slightly, listening. Tick, tock, inhale, exhale. Each sound anchors you, steady and predictable. The flame in the lamp bends slightly, its flicker moving in the same rhythm as the clock. Light and sound merge, weaving the room into one gentle pattern. Your hand brushes the quilt above you. The fabric holds steady, pressing against your chest. With every beat of the clock, the weight feels more grounded, more secure. The silence between ticks is as important as the ticks themselves. A pause, a space, a breath. The house breathes with you. Time in this room feels slower than outside. It stretches, not pulling you forward, but holding you here. And soon, even the sound of clocks will fade, replaced by something softer still. The muffled world beyond the walls. You lie still, blankets heavy, eyes half closed. The house is quiet now, but faint sounds from outside still reach you. A distant hoof strikes against the stones, sharp once, then gone. A cart rattles somewhere in the fog, its wheels uneven against the cobblestones. The sound drifts closer, then further, swallowed by the mist. It does not disturb, it passes like a thought, fading away. The faint call of a voice carries once, muffled by the air. Perhaps a late passerby, perhaps only memory. Either way, it lingers only for a moment before silence returns. The fog presses thicker outside the windows, dulling every sound. It acts as a blanket for the city itself, wrapping streets and houses in muffled stillness. You imagine the lamps glowing faintly in the distance. Their hiss is too far to hear now, but you know they burn, circles of gold inside the fog. Your breath deepens, chest rising slowly, falling slowly. Each exhale feels longer, quieter, blending with the softened sounds beyond the walls. The faint creak of a cart fades again, slower now, the rhythm less sharp. You notice the space after it, wide, open, filled only with calm. The curtains at the window hold steady. No draught enters, no light disturbs. Only the faint glow from the lamp inside remains, soft against the folds. Another hoof strikes once in the distance, then silence follows. The sound seems smaller now, less sharp, more like an echo than an event. The weight of the blankets presses you further into the mattress. Outside sounds matter less, their edges blurred, softened until they are no longer separate from silence. The city itself seems to rest now. Streets empty, carts stilled, voices gone. Only fog and lamplight remain outside, quiet companions to your night. And soon, even those companions will slip away, leaving only the warmth of the room, the fire fading below, and the steady rhythm of your breath. The window beside the bed shows only a blur. Fog presses against the glass, damp and thick. Condensation beads along the surface, drops sliding slowly down. You watch them trace uneven paths, each one finding its own way. The lamplight outside glows faintly, softened by the mist. Its halo spreads wide, but no detail is sharp. In Victorian nights, windows often looked like this, blurred, glowing, part of the fog itself. You place your hand against the glass. It is cool, slick with moisture. The surface chills your palm, then fades as your skin warms it. The fog outside stays steady, unmoved. Curtains hang heavy around the frame. Their fabric blocks most of the draft, but faint air still seeps through. You feel it against your hand, light and cool, a whisper from the street beyond. The glow shifts slightly as the flame of the lamp bends in the fog. From your side, it feels like watching the night breathe. Inhale, brighter. Exhale, dimmer. Inside, your reflection faintly appears. Shadows blur your outline, mingling with the glow. You look not at yourself, but at a softer figure, half mist, half shadow. The glass hums faintly with the world outside, not sound exactly, but presence. Beyond it, the city rests under fog, its life muted and folded away. The fabric of the curtains brushes against your arm, rougher wool, woven to block drafts, cool beneath your fingertips. Victorians layered fabric against windows the way they layered fabric on beds. Both meant warmth. A bead of water falls from the glass to the sill. It lands softly, leaving a darker spot of damp wood. The sound is so small, you nearly miss it. But even here, rhythm remains. You step back slightly, the glow from the lamp outside fading behind the curtain. Inside, the room feels warmer, more complete, the window sealed away again. The fog remains outside, holding the street in stillness. The room holds you sheltered, steady. And soon, only the memory of fire below will reach you, one last warmth drifting upward into the night. Beneath the floor, the fire glows faintly. Its heat rises softly, brushing against the boards, reaching you in gentle waves. It is not strong, but steady, enough to remind you of its presence. You imagine the hearth below, embers glowing red, wood collapsing inward, coal humming faintly with life. In Victorian homes, fires burned late, fading slowly through the night. The smell of ash lingers in the air, subtle but constant. It mixes with fabric, with wood, with every surface of the room. You breathe it in gently, letting it settle without effort. The boards beneath your feet hold the faint hum of warmth. They are cool at the edges, warmer near the center. You press your hand against them, feeling the contrast, the subtle rise of heat. The sound of the fire is faint but clear. A small pop, then silence, a soft crackle, then stillness again. Its rhythm is slower now, easing into quiet. For families, tending the fire was nightly ritual. Adding coal, stirring embers, closing the grate. Tonight, you imagine those final gestures, careful and unhurried, sealing warmth into the house. You close your eyes, picturing the glow, red, orange, fading to black. The colors move gently, predictable in their slow decline. The room grows dimmer as the fire below weakens. Shadows stretch longer, still but steady. It is not emptiness, but completion. The fire has done its work. The warmth that reaches you now is faint, but enough. It holds the air above, keeping the chill from fully settling. You lie back, the blankets adding to what the fire can no longer provide. Together, fabric and ember wrap the night in balance. The quiet deepens further. No sound of pokers, no sound of coal being added, only the low sigh of heat fading into silence. And soon, even that silence will be filled only by your own breath, the steady rhythm that carries you deeper into rest. You notice now only your breath. Inhale, soft, full. Exhale, long, steady. The blankets rise with you, then fall gently back. Each motion is slow, predictable, grounding. The air in the room holds steady. It no longer shifts with draft or warmth. It simply rests. You breathe it in as though it has always belonged to you, part of the same rhythm. Your body feels heavier against the mattress. Shoulders sink, arms fall loose, legs ease into stillness. The weight of fabric holds you closer, reminding you there is no need to move. The sound of the clock reaches you faintly, tick, tock. Each beat marks another breath, another moment of calm. Time feels slower now, stretched thin, no longer pushing forward. Your fingers brush the edge of the blanket. The wool feels firm, textured, grounding you again. You let your hand rest there, unmoving, as the rhythm of breath takes over. Curtains hang still around the bed. Their folds are heavy, their shadows soft. They close the world away, leaving only the quiet chamber, only the space you occupy. You close your eyes briefly, then open them again, seeing only dim shapes. The lamp glows faintly still, but weaker, its flame small, its shadow wide. Your breath deepens once more. Inhale, cool at the nose, exhale, warm across your lips. Even this cycle feels ancient, practiced by every sleeper in every house before. The silence is not empty. It is full of presence, the faint hum of ember, the faint beat of clock, the faint whisper of fabric. All of them steady, all of them slow. The fog outside lingers unseen now, but you know it rests against the windows, holding the city in quiet. Inside, you are wrapped by stillness. Your body feels softer, heavier, the line between waking and resting blurred. Each moment feels longer than the last, drawn out gently, carefully, and soon there will be no line at all. Only rest, only breath, only the stillness that waits at the edge of sleep. You lie completely still now. The blankets hold you. The pillow cradles your head. Every muscle loosens, every thought slows, until only presence remains. The lamp glows faintly beside you, its flame bending once, then steadying. Shadows stretch across the curtains, soft and wide, then fade into the folds. The room is dim, complete. Your eyes close again, longer this time. The darkness feels soft, not pressing, just steady. Behind your eyelids, the rhythm of light and shadow continues, fading gently. Your breath is slow, deeper than before. Each inhale feels longer. Each exhale sinks lower. The sound is soft enough to blend with silence. The weight of the blankets grows heavier in the best way. They anchor you to the bed, to the room, to the night. There is no need to lift them, no need to move at all. The fire below has faded fully now, its glow gone, its warmth only a memory. Yet the bed holds you warm, complete, a cocoon of fabric and air. The fog outside is thick, the lamps blurred and distant. They belong to another world now, one you will not need until morning. The clock ticks faintly still, but slower, softer. Each beat feels stretched, as though even time has chosen to rest with you. Your thoughts drift like mist, scattered, dissolving. Images form, then fade. They have no weight. They are lighter than the air you breathe. Your body is no longer separate from the bed. Mattress, blanket, pillow, all hold you as one. The world grows smaller, contained only in this stillness. Your breath carries you further, deeper, softer. Each exhale leads you closer to the quiet you have been walking toward all night. And now you drift. Not with effort, not with decision. You simply let go. The room holds you. The night holds you. Sleep arrives, gentle and complete. You step once more into the fog outside. The street is quiet, emptied of carts and voices. Only your footsteps remain, slow and steady, echoing faintly against the damp stones. The cobblestones glisten with moisture. Each step makes a muted sound, softened by the fog. You listen to it carefully, heel, then toe, the rhythm as predictable as breath. Your shoes touch uneven stones, slipping slightly on smooth patches. You steady yourself with ease, not rushed, letting the unevenness guide your slower pace. Every echo fades almost before it begins. The fog swallows sound quickly, leaving behind only silence. It feels as though the city itself is listening, holding its breath. You place your hand against the wall of a nearby house. The brick is wet, slick beneath your fingers. Even this small act anchors you, reminding you that you are present here. Your footsteps begin again, one after another. They sound softer now, as though the stones have grown gentler beneath you. Each step feels more like a heartbeat. A faint drip of water falls nearby, joining your rhythm. Step, drip, step, drip. The city offers its own accompaniment, small but steady. You pause briefly at a corner, letting silence fill the gap. The absence of sound feels just as full as the steps themselves. Then, gently, you begin again. Your shadow moves faintly in the halo of a distant lamp. The movement is soft, blurred, more like mist than form. It walks with you, a companion of light. The longer you walk, the slower your pace becomes. Each step is less about movement and more about stillness, pressing into the stone, then releasing. The fog thickens slightly, your feet disappearing into its veil. Yet you trust the stones beneath, their firmness steady underfoot. Soon, the footsteps fade altogether, not because you stop, but because the night has absorbed them. Silence stretches ahead, carrying you into deeper calm. You notice it first as a faint thread in the air. The smell of coal smoke drifts softly, carried on damp fog. It lingers low, clinging to fabric and skin. You breathe in gently. The scent is sharp at first, then softer, blending with the night. In Victorian London, coal was everywhere, in homes, in factories, in the very air itself. The smoke seems to rest on your coat. You brush the sleeve lightly, feeling the damp fabric, knowing the scent has already settled into the fibers. Nearby chimneys release faint plumes. You cannot see them clearly in the fog, but the smell tells you they burn steadily, fires keeping families warm through the night. You pause near a doorway. The scent is stronger here, drifting from a hearth inside. It mixes with faint perfume of soap, of wool drying near fire. Coal dust clings to the street as well. Your shoes carry it faintly, leaving small traces with each step. It is not heavy, only constant, part of the city's skin. You tilt your head upward, inhaling again. The smell is layered. Ash, smoke, faint heat. It is not unpleasant now. It is part of the rhythm, part of the calm. Your hand touches the rail of an iron fence. The metal feels cool, damp, but faintly dusted with residue. Even here, coal leaves its mark, invisible yet present. The fog holds the smell close, wrapping it around the street. Every breath carries a reminder of fire, of warmth, of homes still awake. You let your breath slow, matching the weight of the air. Each inhale steady, each exhale softer, smoke dissolving into mist. The smell fades slightly as you walk further. It lingers in your clothes, in your hair, but the sharpness drifts away. What remains is only presence, and soon another detail of the city will greet you. The iron railings, dark and wet, lining the path like steady companions. The street narrows slightly, and beside the houses rise iron railings. Their bars are black, damp with fog, stretching in steady rhythm along the stone. You place your hand on one. The metal is cold, smooth in some places, rough in others. Drops of moisture cling, sliding slowly down the iron. The design repeats, curve after curve, point after point. Victorians prized such order, symmetry that softened the unpredictability of the night. As you walk, the railings continue without break. They guide your steps as though forming a quiet path, a companion of iron and damp air. Your hand brushes along the bars. The sound is faint, almost like a whisper, each touch leaving a trace of warmth on the cold surface. The fog thickens, wrapping the railings in mist. Their forms blur, turning from iron into shadow, but the rhythm of their pattern remains. Drops of water cling to the points. They glisten faintly in the lamplight, each one a tiny mirror of flame. You pause to watch, then step on. The sound of your breath joins the faint ring of iron as you tap lightly on one bar. The note is soft, dull, swallowed quickly by the fog. You imagine countless hands touching these same railings, children running fingers across them, adults steadying themselves after long walks. The iron remembers them all. The bars continue forward, never ending, always repeating. Their constancy is soothing, like the tick of a clock. Your pace slows with them, each step steady, each breath even. The iron has become part of your walk. And just ahead, the houses hold another detail of quiet life, the letterboxes, waiting with their own gentle messages. You pause by a doorway. Its wood is dark, polished smooth, with a small brass letterbox set into its center. The metal gleams faintly, damp from the fog. You lift the flap gently. It creaks softly, then closes again with a muted sound, like a sigh. The touch is familiar, steady, expected. Letters pass through these slots daily, bills, notes, folded papers carrying news of the world. At night, they rest, waiting for morning. You imagine the soft slide of paper through the flap, brushing against wood, landing on the floor inside. The sound is quiet, but certain. The brass feels cool under your fingers. Its surface is smooth in places, worn by countless touches, yet rough where damp has left its mark. You take a step back, noticing how each doorway along the street carries the same small box. Repetition again, order in design, comfort in sameness. Some letterboxes are darker, their shine dulled by weather. Others glimmer faintly, freshly polished. Each one holds a story of its house, but together they form one rhythm. The street is silent now, but you imagine the morning, footsteps, voices, the clink of metal as letters fall into place. Tonight, only stillness remains. You brush your hand along one more flap, its hinge looser, its sound softer. It closes gently, no sharper than the fog around it. The scent of coal smoke lingers faintly still, mixing with the brass. You breathe slowly, letting the air fill you, letting it fade again. The letterboxes rest, doors rest, the whole street rests. Only you and the mist move forward, step by step. And ahead, even the animals of the city have found their quiet, horses at rest, their warmth rising against the cold night. You turn a corner and find the quiet of a stable. The doors are closed, but faint sounds drift through the wood. A slow breath, a shuffle of hooves, the rhythm of animals resting. You step closer, pressing your hand to the wooden door. It is rough, worn from years of use, faintly warm from the heat inside. Through a gap, you see the shape of a horse shifting. Its flank rises and falls with steady breath. The sound is deep, slow, grounding. The smell of hay drifts outward, sweet and dry, mixed with the sharper scent of leather harnesses. The air feels thicker here, warmer. A hoof strikes gently against the floor, not with effort, only by habit. The sound echoes low, then fades quickly. You imagine stable hands moving earlier in the evening, brushing coats, setting hay, pouring water. Now the animals rest, tended and still. One horse exhales heavily, a cloud of warm breath rising into the cool air. The sound is soft, almost like a sigh. You place your hand again on the door. The warmth beneath your palm feels steady, like the heat of a living body. The silence grows deeper with each breath you hear. Inhale, pause, exhale. The rhythm carries you with it, slow and grounding. The smell of hay lingers, sweet and calming, wrapping you in its texture. You close your eyes briefly, letting the scent itself become part of the night. The animals shift faintly once more, then fall still again. Their presence is calm, their stillness contagious. And as you step away, the faintest scent of food reaches you, bread and tea, carried from kitchens nearby, waiting to greet you next. You follow the scent as it drifts into the street. Warm bread, faintly sweet, mixed with the sharper note of strong tea. It reaches you before the doorway appears. The air is damp, but the smell cuts through it, grounding you. You pause, inhaling deeply, letting it rest in your chest before exhaling again. Bread in Victorian homes was baked daily. Even at night, the scent lingered in walls, in cloth, in the air around kitchens. You pass by a window, slightly open. A warm glow seeps out, and with it the stronger smell of bread just cooled from the oven. Your stomach shifts slightly at the scent, not with hunger, but with memory. Bread is comfort, simple and constant, a rhythm of life. The faint aroma of tea joins it, earthy and sharp. Tea leaves steeped in water, their steam filling kitchens, their warmth carried into the night. You imagine a cup poured hours earlier, still faintly warm, resting forgotten on a table. Its scent remains, even as the liquid has cooled. Your hand brushes the stone wall near the window. It feels damp and cool, the contrast to the warmth suggested by the smells within. A small loaf rests on a sill, cooling in the air. Its crust cracks faintly, releasing one more wave of scent. You pause to breathe it in again. The mixture of coal smoke and bread, tea and damp stone becomes a single rhythm of the night. Not sharp, not heavy, simply constant. You let your breath fall in time with it, each inhale filled, each exhale softened. And as you step further, lamps flicker lower, their flames ready to be extinguished one by one, leaving the night even quieter. The lamplighter returns, but now his task is different. Instead of coaxing flame to life, he moves to gently end it. One by one, the lamps fade. You pause near the first as the flame bends, then disappears with a soft hiss. The glass darkens, the post cools and the street grows dimmer. The lamplighter carries a long pole still, but its tip now touches with purpose of rest. Each flame yields, each circle of glow surrenders to fog. The air feels heavier as lamps vanish. Shadows fold wider, corners soften into darkness. It is not unsettling, only the natural rhythm of the night. You watch another flame dim. The glass fogs quickly without heat, drops of moisture clinging to its surface. Your footsteps are softer now. Without light, the stones beneath you reflect nothing, their dampness absorbed by shadow. The lamplighter's coat sways as he moves, his silhouette fading each time a flame vanishes. Soon, even he is only part of the mist. The street is not empty, though. It holds its silence firmly, filled with breath, with damp, with the faint smell of smoke still lingering. You touch a post that has gone cold. Metal, once warmed by flame, is now damp, slick with condensation, yielding no heat. The fog thickens without the lamps, spreading evenly across the street. It feels closer, more intimate, as though it belongs to you alone. One last lamp glows in the distance. Its halo rests gently, waiting its turn to be extinguished. You walk toward it, steady, calm. And as it fades, the night grows full. Darkness is no absence here. It is presence, holding you gently as you continue. You return once more to the quiet of a house. At the threshold, a small detail greets you. Shoes set neatly by the door. Their shapes are simple, their surfaces damp from fog. You crouch slightly, brushing your hand across the leather. It is cool, faintly rough, carrying the marks of the street. The shoes rest side by side, one pair slightly larger, one pair smaller. They suggest lives lived in rhythm, steps taken together, steps ended here. The soles are worn smooth in places, rough in others. Cobblestones have pressed their memory into the leather, one stone at a time. A faint smell of damp fabric rises from them, not unpleasant, only natural, part of the night carried inside. You imagine them set here earlier, placed with care after returning home. In Victorian London, shoes by the door were both habit and necessity. Your hand lingers near them, the wood of the floor cool beneath your fingertips. Even here, the night has entered, carried in the shoes themselves. The larger pair leans faintly toward the smaller, as if one protects the other. The detail is small, but comforting. A shawl rests nearby on a peg, fabric damp, left to dry overnight. It completes the scene, shoes, fabric, wood, all at rest. You pause a moment longer, letting the silence of the entryway wrap around you. The faint smell of coal smoke drifts even here, softened by walls. The shoes will wait until morning, when steps begin again. For tonight, they remain as they are, still, resting. And beyond this hallway, the house grows even quieter. The upper rooms hold silence like no other, waiting to guide you deeper still. You climb the staircase once more. Each step is slower now, the sound of wood, softened, almost disappearing. At the top, the hall opens, dim and still. The air here is warmer, yet quieter. Drafts no longer reach, voices no longer carry. Only the faint hum of the house remains. Doors line the corridor, each one closed. Their frames stand in shadow, their wood polished yet silent. They do not creak tonight. They simply rest. Your hand touches one knob. The brass is cool, untouched for hours. You leave it closed, respecting the stillness behind it. The carpet beneath your feet muffles every step. It is thick, muted in pattern, and holds the weight of silence firmly. A lamp burns faintly at the far end, its glow small, its flame barely alive. It does not reach far, leaving the hall mostly in shadow. You pause, listening. The faintest creak answers, not from movement, but from the house itself, settling into night. The walls hold their quiet. No voices rise, no sound of feet, no clatter of dishes. Every part of the house above has surrendered to rest. A painting on the wall shows a still landscape, its colors dim in the weak glow. It seems almost part of the silence itself. You breathe deeply, your own exhale the only sound filling the space. The hall accepts it, then folds back into quiet again. The stillness of the upper rooms is complete. It feels like the last veil of sound has fallen, leaving only presence. And just below, in the heart of the house, the fire gives its final gift, the last ember, glowing faintly in the dark. Downstairs, the fire has nearly faded. In the hearth, only one ember remains, glowing faintly red, almost hidden in ash. Its light is soft, dim, a memory of flame more than fire itself. Yet it holds steady, pulsing gently with warmth. The smell of coal lingers in the air, lighter now, mixed with faint traces of wood and soot. You breathe it in slowly, familiar and grounding. The grate is closed, the iron warmed faintly still. You rest your hand near it, feeling only the smallest echo of heat. The ember brightens once, then dims again. Each pulse is slow, unhurried, like the last notes of a song. Shadows fall heavy across the room. Without flame, they are deeper, wider, but not harsh. They soften the space, closing it gently. The rug before the hearth is cool under your feet. You imagine countless evenings spent here, families gathering until the fire dwindled to just this. The sound of the ember is almost nothing. A faint crackle, then silence. You lean closer, listening, until even that fades. The glow reflects faintly on the stone, a dull red fading to grey. You pause, watching as it shifts one last time. The air grows cooler around you. Yet the blankets above, the shawls near chairs, all hold enough warmth to carry the night. You close your eyes, letting the image of the ember linger. Not flame, not smoke, only a point of light in darkness. And then it rests completely, leaving only silence, only shadow, only the rhythm of your own breath. The night is whole, and so are you. The house is quiet now. The lamps have gone dark. The fire has faded. The last ember rests in silence. All that remains is stillness, wrapped gently around you. Your breath is steady, slow, unhurried. Each inhale fills the room with calm. Each exhale carries you deeper into rest. Nothing more is needed. The night itself holds you. Victorian. London has folded into quiet. Streets are empty, windows dark, curtains closed. The fog rests outside, the silence rests within, and you are safe at the heart of it. Let yourself stay here, unburdened. The blankets are steady, the air is soft, and the rhythm of time has slowed for you alone. If you'd like to remain in this night, the journey continues. Another walk waits in Victorian nights, ready to guide you gently through more fog, more firelight, more quiet rooms. Until then, rest easy, sleep deeply, and let the night carry you where it always leads. To peace, to calm, to dreams